Yeah. Varsha, I want to ask a question that Prashant's answer actually provoked within me. I also felt the same thing. Uh, I also felt that lost my path for a while when I was growing up. It was a little earlier, say college and initial few years till I found my passion for writing, and that kind of focused, and again that got lost, and so this kept happening. And we had this standing joke between another friend and me that we keep running away from Dhamma, and Dhamma catches us by the neck and brings us back on the path, saying, "This is who you are." And while it seems very dramatic and nice to hear and say, it's quite a dark night that one has to go through very often. And because our tendencies keep on moving to being one with the rest of the world, all of them are blindly walking somewhere. We also want to blindly walk elsewhere, because this dark space is something that is very difficult to be comfortable with. So you try a lot of things until the time that it throws you back, and then you live with it, and then certain sense of calm or peace, whatever that people can see, comes up. So, would you relate to something like this? Is it a constant journey of, or is it, do you see it differently?
You know, people arrive at who they are going to be in their own way.
Yeah.
Everyone arrives there. Some are very deep human beings towards the end. Some are not. Uh, but people are who they are. It doesn't make them lesser or less important. It's not like my 7-year-old stories or struggles or thoughts are any lesser than mine or my mother's or my father's. They all have their place in the world. They can make you start thinking of, they can set you down a path. So I actually don't know. People have their own journeys, and all we can do is respect the journey that they're taking and wait patiently. It's not always easy to wait for them to arrive. It's not always easy. If it works for you, you stay back and wait. If it doesn't work for you, you move on. For me personally, no, I have always been a Jhandadhari, and I suspect I always will be. Just the way I deal with it is different. You learn to pick your battles, and that's about it. The rest is people's individual journey.
Yeah.
So I personally haven't faced that darkness, and I'm just one of the drifters in life. I've drifted from one thing to the other, and I hope, evolved in some way. But well, I'm still drifting. Let's see where I drift next.
So somewhere you use this line which said our kids are equally important, and their worldview and how they are evolving, it's their journey. So here is a question out of nowhere. My kid, one of these days, she's a teen now. She comes and asks me, I think late in the night, we were talking about something. She said, "What is the difference between goal and purpose?" And I'm like, my God, it's about to be 12 in the night. What kind of question is that? So while I'll come to the answer that I had, since it's an interesting question, I thought let me bring in this to the conversation, because some kind of stuff that you said kind of made me feel that this is the area where this answer might lie. Uh, Prashant has a certain way of speaking, and I kind of agreed with that point of view. Then you put up a new point of view about how you have evolved. So, according to you, is there a difference between goal and purpose, and what is it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There is a definite difference between goal and purpose. A goal is what you set for yourself, that this is where I want to be. A purpose is what life gives you along the way. I thought my goal was something else altogether, but I found my purpose for my existence was relationships in one way or another, whether I write about them, whether I talk about them, whether I make them happen, whether I watch them happen, whether I experience them. My purpose is relationships in all their glory, their flaws, their follies. Goal is, I thought I had a goal which was to be some, something that I don't think I'm ever going to be anymore, which is no longer my goal. My goal can change, but my purpose is who I am. It's the difference between your job and your calling. That is the difference between goal and purpose.
Wow. Which is more or less the answer that I gave her. I have one last question of sorts where we've been talking about. I started with individuality and how one expresses oneself, and even though initially itself we set the context that it can be uh, understood in a different manner, where you saw your individuality as uh, inclusive of other circumstances, including Prashant and what he brings to your life. This question is to both of you. You can answer together or individually, however you feel. As a partnership, as a team, what are certain values that you cherish and you try to bring up that you would uh, want to pursue that makes your life worthwhile? Is there anything like that? Is there any subject like that you speak about? Because you did say that you would have anyway liked to spend time with Prashant, irrespective of your relationship, because of the depth of thought and the way he approaches things. I'm sure the same is true for Prashant, because he also said that you guys got married deliberately, which is a rarity in our country even today. Let's face it. So I'm saying, with that kind of context, is there some kind of values that uh, you speak of or you feel very deeply about, and you either live them or you do something about that? Anything at all? Do you want to talk something about that?
Is
Yeah.
there anything like that?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll give you some answer. Uh, Before we got married, I mean, after we were dating for a few months, uh, one thing which I was really happy about, which I told her, is that the reason you and I should be together is because our values are the same. Okay, so values maybe, like, it's important. You can have many different, you might like a thing, and your partner might like something else. But eventually, if two people have to make a successful go at it, your core values have to be on the same page, and very basic cliched stuff, like, like love for family, respect for elders, kindness to human beings, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And it is not something that you need to speak of necessarily, because it is something that you are. Your
yeah,
values are like it's like the constitution of a country, right? It is the primer basis which you do everything every day, basis which your choices are made, basis which you live your life every day.
It's
So
the person that you are.
exactly. So the values, as long as, I think, in a partnership, in a domestic partnership, or any kind of a personal partnership, whether it be a husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, brother, sister, if your values are the same, then it's going to be smooth sailing. But if you have different values, then you're going to have to figure out what to do, because you need to have some common ground. And for me and her, it's the values.
yeah. I love the fact that you brought in values that are everyday values and not some um, laundry list of to-dos that we seem to think about when we use the word values. Because very often, even when I'm working with um, other projects on values workshop or stuff like that, I think the best reactions have come from really everyday things. So I have this friend, art director friend that I had worked with around, I think, 15 years back or something. And all I remembered was her name, not even how she looked, and I'm sure with her also, because you connect on Facebook also and continue it, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no interaction. And because of that initiative called Each One Feed one day she just liked something, and I wrote to her on Instagram something that thank you or something like that, and we connected. And she said, you know what? I went to my security guard of the building and I said, whatever you want to call from wherever, just call and send me the bill. Send that guy to me and I'll pay for it. And she said, it made me so happy. Please tell me every time you do this. I said, every month there is one day that is dedicated to it. It depends on what the day is. Sometimes I change it or go back and forth on it, but every month there is one day that is dedicated. And I thought it was such a beautiful thing to say. I myself was motivated by it. I realized when I was going to put up a post about it, I said, today I have not done anything in particular. So before I put up the post, I went down and I got some quick vada pav, samosa pav, jalebi or something and gave it to all the security guys in my building and then came and put up the post that it is true that today is each one feed one for me as well. It's sometimes you just do not have the time to dedicate because of my working this. I think this everydayness of values is far more important because that is where we spend the most of our lives with people whom we are close to and we interact with them. If the basic value there it doesn't work, then I think there is a problem with us itself. Forget the other person. So on that note, I think this has been a very different from all other conversations that I have had so far. Thank you so much for being such a
It's been a
lovely
lot of fun.
And I need to ponder on what you guys have spoken and what has come up. It gives me ideas for the series as well. In fact, the last line that this guy said, I said, oh, this was supposed to be my first question. So that shows the how the impromptu part of it works so well. So thank you so
Sorry
much.
for having coughed throughout.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for
Thank
taking
you for
time
having
out.
us.
Thank
See
you. Thank you.
Thank you. See you, Bunty.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.